Yeah, I gassed up yesterday for the third time in I think, well, a couple of months, and it cost me $9 to top it off. Something tells me that once we all get back to normal, that's going to change in a hurry. What isn't changing is this. It's a wave of low pressure. It's an upper level low, and it is just sitting there, and it is still parked there. You see the water vapor imagery, and what you're seeing, that swirl, that's moisture wrapping around that low. Notice how it's working its way right along the Kentucky-Tennessee border into western Kentucky. It is weakening a bit, but even as it retrogrades or pushes west instead of east, we've got very little that's going to scoot it out of here until starting tomorrow. That all starts to change. Notice the upper level winds, you're looking at the jet, lifts that out of here as it finally picks up and moves on, and the active storm track will be off to our northwest, and what we're going to see is a ridge of high pressure setting up southeast, and big changes ahead. Now the good news, the flash flooding is really not really a factor anymore. In fact, we've dropped the flash flood watch. Still have multiple areas with river flood warnings ongoing up around Cynthiana, the Licking River, the South Fork there. You're back to minor flooding, and those levels are dropping rapidly, but this is a problem. This is the LEX 18 Storm Tracker Future Track showing showers building in yet again this morning, so we just cannot shake this active wet weather. Although it's nowhere near the levels of earlier this week, we got to watch for it. The heaviest rain is going to be off to our east today, but that upper low still wrapping that moisture in here. So scattered showers, occasional thunder showers today. The future track shows them on and off through the day, probably peaking late this afternoon into this evening, diminishing overnight. And then tomorrow, you can even see that swirl of low pressures that pulls up towards Covington, then northeast and out of here. And into the weekend, as that warm front lifts in, we will see a significant warm up, a sustained warm up as a ridge of high pressure sets up. And just about a daily storm chance, but some changes ahead. We've got a lot of cloud cover hanging in this morning, some occasional breaks. It'll be mostly cloudy today. We're in the 50s, heading for highs in the, well, probably upper 60s today, but then 70s tomorrow, 80s this weekend. And if we look at our departure from normal, this is the European computer model. The blue is an indication of our below normal temperatures that we're dealing with right now. Our average high is 76. Well, we're going to get close to that tomorrow, and then into the weekend. Look at this. The warmth builds. That's above normal warmth from the Great Lakes down into the Ohio Valley, and then even into the deep south. Going to be running anywhere from about 5 to 15 degrees above normal, and that's a very summery pattern. To have that ridge set up to the southeast, that's exactly what we'll see, and boy, the timing couldn't be better, just in time for the upcoming long Memorial Day weekend. Upper 60s today, mostly cloudy, scattered showers, occasional thunder showers around. Tonight they diminish. Tomorrow they'll fire back up, scattered stuff, but that upper low is pulling out of here, so hopefully a slightly better chance for a little more sunshine by Friday afternoon. Then into the weekend, that daily storm chance, but again, it's that more summery pattern. It will be warmer and it will be consistent warmth, generally upper 70s to low 80s, maybe at times some pops up to around the mid 80s through Memorial Day. And a daily shower and storm chance primarily diurnally driven, meaning it fires up during the afternoon, diminishes overnight. If you're making plans for Memorial Day, just keep that in mind for the afternoon.